All right, in this video, I'm going to go through and actually work these problems out just so that you have a copy of them being worked out. So let's start with this one. Find the volume of each of these. So we'll start with number one. The volume is simply going to be the area of the base multiplied up through the height, which is 6 centimeters. And so that's length times width times height. So volume equals length times width times height. So length of 6 centimeters, width of 4 centimeters, and height of 6 centimeters again. Sorry, I ended up on top of the paper there, or on top of the picture there. 6 times 6 is going to give us 36, and then we're going to do 36 times 4, and that's 144, and then it's going to be centimeters cubed. So there you go, there's the answer for that one. And we might want to check 144. There we go, we're correct on that one. Let's go to number 3. We want the area of this one. So again, this one we can do in a very similar way to these volumes of rectangle things here, because what you see is that everywhere this base is, it's the same shape going the whole way up, right? So at every step, it's that same triangle all the way up to the top, which means that all we have to do for this one is, basically for this, is just find the area of this base here and multiply it all the way up to the top there. And so in order to do that, we can find the area of the base. This is a triangle. We have a base of 3, and since it's a right angle there, the height is then 4 centimeters. So our volume is going to just be the area of the base, right? This area right there times our height. So area of the base times the height. Area of this base, in this case, is 1/2 base 3 centimeters times height 4 centimeters. And I really got to be careful. I keep going on top of this. Times our height of 7 centimeters. I keep going on top of the pictures there. But what we get is 3 times 4. Well, we can do 3 times 4 is 12. And then 12 times 7 is 84. And then we can divide that by 2 and get 42. And then centimeters times centimeters times centimeters is our centimeters cubed. So we get 42 centimeters there. If we check for number 3 there, 42 centimeters. That's good. That's what we were looking for. Let's take a look at this one. This one is for a pyramid. So we come back over here. The equation of our pyramid was 1/3 the area of a base times a height. And so we come back and we have area equals 1/3 area of our base times our height. The area of our base is the area of a square, 12 by 12 by 12 by 12, that square, 12 by 12. And then that's going to be 12 centimeters squared for the area of that base, and then has a height of 15 centimeters. So 12 times 12 is 144, and then times 15 gives us 2,160, and then we're going to divide that by 3 and get 720. And again, centimeters times centimeters gives us that centimeters squared, times another centimeters gives us that centimeters cubed that we want for a volume. And so we'll double check here. Number 4, 720 cubic centimeters. We got that one. Let's take a look at this one. This is another one of those shapes. This one is a cylinder, and so for that one we did the volume of a cylinder. We did right back here, pi r squared h, and so we can come back over here. And then another way you can look at this is it's actually very similar to number 1 and number 3. Number 1, we found the area of the base and multiplied it all the way up because that same base appears the whole way up. It's that same shape the whole way up like that, like we were raising an elevator up. And the same thing was true for this one, where we raised it up and everywhere along the way it was that same triangle the whole way up. Well, we could think of this last one that way as well. You can do pi r squared to get the area of the base, and then notice that everywhere along the way you have that same circle. So it's like we're raising that elevator up and counting them all up, or we're stacking a bunch of discs up, or whatever, however you want to think about it. But if you like thinking of it that way, that's good. So this is going to be volume pi r squared, that's the area of the base, times our height right there. And that's always going to work for ones where we have the same, where the area of the base is just basically raised up all the way through to the top. And that's going to work. So this is going to be pi times 4 centimeters squared times the height of 10 centimeters. And this one, I'm going to plug into the calculator. I get 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 times 10 is 160, and then I have to multiply that by pi. And I want to use the pi button on my calculator and get 502.655, so I'm going to round it to 66, and then I have 3 centimeters there, so centimeters cubed all multiplied together. If we check over here, 502.65, I think that should have been a 66 because of the rounding, but that's okay, we're good. 502.66. Next one is the volume of the pyramid. If we look at our, or not a pyramid, our cone, and the volume of cone is 1/3 pi r squared h. This one does not have this same exact circle, right? If we just keep drawing that, notice if we draw that same circle the same size, it's not the same circle the whole way. In fact, if you did it, the circles get smaller and smaller and smaller. So we can't just take the area of the base and multiply it by the height. So we have to do volume is 1/3 pi r squared times 8. So it's 1/3 of the area of the base times the height. So it's 1/3 of the volume of a cylinder. And so this becomes 1/3 pi. The radius is 6 centimeters, and then so that's squared, and then the height is 8 centimeters. So 6 times 6 is 36, and times 8 is 288, and divided by 3 is 96, and 96 times pi, using our pi button, is about 301.59. It's a 593, so we can just round that to a 59. And again, centimeters squared times centimeters is centimeters cubed. And then this last one is finding the volume of a sphere, and this is 4/3 pi r cubed, right, which we had right here on this page right there, 4/3 pi r cubed. And so what I'm going to do is come back over here and go ahead and plug in my numbers there. I have 4/3 times pi times 6 millimeters cubed. So 6 cubed is going to be 216. We're going to multiply that by 4 and then divide it by 3 to do the times the 4/3. That gives us 288. And then I'm going to multiply that by pi, and I will get about 904.779. So this will be a 78 millimeters cubed. And if we go to check it, 904.78 millimeters cubed. So that one we rounded the same as the answer sheet, so we're good. So here are our answers. And anyway, that's all of these volume ones worked out for you. Hope that helps.